quantum mechanics and Bitcoin. Fibonacci, the golden ratio, and logarithmic growth explained. The big question. Is Bitcoin following natural mathematical laws that govern the universe? What if Fibonacci, the golden ratio, and even principles from quantum mechanics are secretly shaping Bitcoin's price movements? In this video, we explore the shocking correlations between Bitcoin, natural mathematics, and quantum physics, and whether these patterns are a real phenomenon or just a coincidence. The Fibonacci sequence and Bitcoin. The Fibonacci sequence is a set of numbers where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on. This sequence gives birth to the golden ratio, approximately 1.618, a number that appears everywhere in nature, in galaxies, hurricanes, sunflowers, and even the proportions of the human body. But what does this have to do with Bitcoin? Traders have found that Bitcoin's price movements often align with Fibonacci retracement levels: 23.6%, 38.2%, 50%, 61.8%, and 78.6%. These levels serve as psychological turning points, where Bitcoin often finds resistance or support. For example, Bitcoin's major bear markets in 2013, 2017, and 2021 all saw price corrections that landed near these Fibonacci levels. Is this just a coincidence, or are natural laws shaping financial markets? The impossible odds of 84k to the second. To say that Mandell got lucky would be an understatement. Predicting Bitcoin's price down to the exact dollar is already nearly impossible. But to predict it down to the exact second, that defies every statistical model used in financial markets. Even the most sophisticated hedge funds with AI-driven algorithms can only estimate price movements within a margin of error. Yet Mandell did what even billion-dollar trading firms cannot. Was it just an educated guess based on market structures? Or did he tap into something far beyond conventional finance? Mandell's first prediction was made on November 6, 2024, cryptically referencing Pi Day, March 14, 314, and Fibonacci cycles. His post stated, "When 84 becomes the base, Bitcoin calls will melt their face." What did this mean? According to Mandell, if Bitcoin closed exactly at $84,000 on March 14th, a new cycle would begin. March 14th, 2025, Bitcoin closes exactly at $84,000 at 1200 a.m., midnight. This wasn't just accurate, it was flawless down to the second. Was this a result of deep insider knowledge of market maker algorithms? Or did Mandell truly understand something more profound, perhaps tied to quantum mechanics, Fibonacci sequences, and the mathematical architecture of reality itself? Logarithmic growth and Bitcoin's long-term trajectory. Bitcoin's price history follows a logarithmic growth pattern, meaning its gains slow over time while still moving exponentially upward. The Bitcoin rainbow chart is a tool that maps this logarithmic curve, helping investors determine whether Bitcoin is overvalued or undervalued. Historically, Bitcoin's price has stayed within this logarithmic band, reinforcing the idea that long-term growth follows predictable mathematical rules. But while this model has worked well so far, it does not predict short-term fluctuations. The question remains, is Bitcoin's growth truly governed by a universal formula, or is this just an artifact of human pattern recognition? Numerology, Fibonacci, and the Mandell code. Mandell's cryptic riddles reference numbers with deep mathematical significance. 360 more, a trio of fours, times a grand. That isn't just a random number. It's rooted in Fibonacci sequences, sacred geometry, and financial cycle theory. The number 404,402.75 itself aligns with historical Fibonacci extensions of Bitcoin's price action. Is this just a coincidence? Or is Mandell using an esoteric system to map Bitcoin's trajectory? Mandell's second prediction states that after Bitcoin reaches and stabilizes at $84,000, it will surge to 402.75, a number that directly correlates to Fibonacci expansion models and fractal-based logarithmic growth curves seen throughout financial history. Could Mandell have discovered a quantum algorithm in financial markets? Quantum wave function theory. Bitcoin's price action could resemble a quantum probability wave, collapsing into Fibonacci retracements like an observed particle in physics. Harmonic resonance, the sequence of 84,000 to 444's 402.75 follows harmonic fractals seen in nature, sound frequencies, and electrical oscillations. Sacred geometry in Bitcoin. If markets follow deeper mathematical laws, then perhaps price movements are not random at all, but instead predefined by universal ratios. Mandell has hinted that the true structure of financial markets is an emergent property of quantum order. If true, this would mean Bitcoin price cycles can be mapped with mathematical precision. Quantum mechanics and Bitcoin, a deeper connection. Quantum mechanics, the fundamental theory of physics that explains how particles behave at microscopic levels, also exhibits patterns found in Fibonacci mathematics. Quantum Fibonacci anyons, special particles found in quantum systems, follow Fibonacci rules when interacting with each other. Some physicists even suggest that quantum wave functions collapse into probability distributions that resemble Fibonacci spirals. Now let's bring this back to Bitcoin. Could Bitcoin's price fluctuations be behaving like a quantum wave function? Some traders believe that price action follows probabilistic paths similar to quantum mechanics. Just as a particle's location is uncertain until measured, Bitcoin's price may not be deterministic, but rather a probability distribution shaped by Fibonacci retracements and logarithmic growth models. What happens when Bitcoin hits 4 to 402.75? Mandell hasn't just predicted Bitcoin's price, he's hinted that once it reaches 444K, something bigger will happen. He speaks of a teleportation phase, a singularity event that separates Bitcoin's past from its future. Could this mean that Bitcoin becomes the global reserve asset? Could it mark the collapse of fiat currency? Or does it signal something even bigger? The final cycle before Bitcoin becomes untouchable? This final price target isn't just a number, it's a cycle shift. Bitcoin as a quantum asset. If Mandell is right, this price move could represent the moment when Bitcoin is no longer just a speculative asset, but a mathematically preordained store of value recognized on a global scale. Fiat currency collapse. Many analysts have noted that Bitcoin reaching 444K could mean a major dollar devaluation event or a complete overhaul of financial systems. The teleportation phase. Mandell referenced a mysterious transition phase where Bitcoin would enter a non-reversible price trajectory. Is this a metaphor for Bitcoin becoming the dominant financial instrument of the future? Whether you believe in Mandell's quantum insights, algorithmic foresight, or sheer trading genius, one thing is certain: Bitcoin has already defied the odds once. Can it do it again? High-frequency trading, HFT, and Fibonacci, a self-fulfilling prophecy. Over 80% of market trades today are made by high-frequency trading, HFT algorithms. These bots use Fibonacci levels to determine entry and exit points, reinforcing price movements at these key retracement levels. Essentially, if enough traders believe in Fibonacci retracements, they become self-fulfilling prophecies. This means Bitcoin's price may be dictated by mathematical models, not just market sentiment. The implication? The financial markets may be less about randomness and more about deeply ingrained mathematical structures. Central bank policies, economic cycles, and Bitcoin's mathematical patterns. Bitcoin doesn't exist in isolation. It's influenced by macroeconomic forces like Federal Reserve policies, inflation cycles, and global liquidity trends. When the Fed prints money, Bitcoin's price tends to rise as investors seek a hedge against inflation. When the Fed tightens monetary policy, Bitcoin and other risk assets tend to fall. Some researchers have linked Bitcoin's 4-year halving cycle to long-term economic cycles, such as Kondratiev waves, which describe 40 to 60-year economic supercycles. Could it be that Bitcoin's supply mechanics align with larger natural economic rhythms? Conclusion and final thoughts. Mandell's 84K prediction was impossibly accurate. His next target, 402.75, aligns with mathematical cycles and Fibonacci expansions. Quantum mechanics, fractal finance, and market algorithms may all play a role in this unfolding phenomenon. Will Bitcoin truly follow the Mandell code? Or is this just another elaborate illusion? So, is Bitcoin truly following universal mathematical laws? Or are we just seeing patterns where we want to? The Fibonacci sequence, logarithmic growth, and quantum mechanics all show intriguing correlations with Bitcoin's price action. However, we must remember that correlation does not always equal causation. While mathematical models can provide insight, they are not crystal balls. The real takeaway? Bitcoin, like the universe itself, is a complex, evolving system that may be shaped by both natural laws and human perception. Let me know in the comments, do you believe Bitcoin will hit 444K? Are markets truly following hidden laws, or are we seeing what we want to see? Subscribe for more deep financial analysis, and I'll see you in the next one. What do you think? Is Bitcoin's price behavior dictated by fundamental mathematical laws, or is this just a fascinating illusion? Let's discuss in the comments below. Thank you.